Viewers, brace yourselves because what you're about to hear will leave you questioning everything you thought you knew about Leanna Lenny. The internet is buzzing. Fans are whispering and insiders are flat out screaming. Leanna is officially losing her mind. That's right. The once beloved star, known for her glamorous lifestyle and carefully curated image, is spiraling out of control, and the cameras have caught every jaw-dropping moment. Picture this. It's an exclusive party where Leanna shows up 2 hours late, barefoot, clutching a glass of champagne, and mumbling cryptic things like they don't know the truth yet. But they will. Eyewitnesses say the energy shifted instantly. What started as a celebration turned into a full-blown spectacle. Friends were shocked. The family tried to intervene, and the paparazzi. Oh, they had a field day. But here's the kicker. This meltdown didn't come out of nowhere. No. For weeks, Leanna has been unraveling on social media with bizarre live streams, late-night rants, and accusations that have left fans completely divided. Some are calling it a cry for help. Others, they're convinced she's plotting something far darker. So buckle up, because tonight on DNA, we're breaking down every outrageous twist in Leanna's downward spiral. The story begins on a night that was supposed to be nothing more than glitter, laughter, and the kind of over-the-top glamour Leanna Lenny has always been known for. It was her friend's birthday, a rooftop celebration in the heart of the city, complete with fairy lights, a live DJ, and a guest list packed with influencers, actors, and those who just wanted to be seen. For weeks, Leanna had hyped up her appearance at the event. Fans expected the usual: the flawless gown, the practiced poses, the sparkling smile. But when she finally showed up, the scene that unfolded left everyone stunned. According to eyewitnesses, Leanna arrived 2 hours late, barefoot, carrying her heels in one hand and a nearly empty glass of champagne in the other. Her makeup was smudged, her dress was slightly wrinkled, and the energy she carried into the party was described as chaotic and unsettling. She wasn't walking with her usual grace, but instead moving in sharp, restless strides, as though her mind was running faster than her body could keep up. People tried to greet her, but instead of her usual charming responses, she muttered cryptic phrases. "They don't know the truth," she whispered at one point, staring blankly at the skyline. "But they will. Everyone will know soon." At first, some guests thought it was part of an act, maybe a performance stunt, something Leanna had planned to shock the crowd. But as the night went on, it became clear this was no performance. Her longtime friend, Jason, who has often been seen in her Instagram stories, reportedly pulled her aside. Witnesses say their conversation was heated, with Leanna accusing him of being part of the cover-up and pretending like nothing is happening. When Jason tried to calm her down, she shoved his hand away, raising her voice loud enough that the music couldn't drown her out. "Don't touch me," she snapped. "You think I don't see the lies? I see everything. I hear everything." The party froze. All eyes were suddenly on her. Phones quickly raised to capture every second. One clip, which has since gone viral, shows Leanna pacing back and forth near the bar, ranting about hidden contracts, and people watching her every move. Fans online debated whether it was a meltdown or some kind of performance art, but those who know her personally say this was the first very public crack in a carefully maintained image. Leanna had built Dot, and it didn't stop there. Later that night, as her sister Amber tried to convince her to leave quietly, Leanna exploded again. "Don't you dare try to control me," she shouted, eyes brimming with tears. "You've always been jealous. You've always wanted to silence me. But not anymore." The words cut deep, leaving Amber visibly shaken. Friends stepped in, but the damage had already been done. What was meant to be a glamorous evening had turned into a public family feud, played out in front of flashing cameras and gossip-hungry onlookers. By the next morning, clips of the outburst were everywhere. Fans flooded Twitter, TikTok, and Instagram with theories. Some argued that Leanna was simply exhausted, pushed to the edge by the pressures of fame. Others believed her cryptic words hinted at something more sinister, perhaps a secret scandal the star was about to expose. Hashtags like hashtag LEANN, a lose it, and hashtag truth will out began trending within hours. But here's where things get even stranger. That very morning, Liana went live on Instagram, disheveled and sitting cross-legged on the floor of her bedroom. With tears streaming down her face, she spoke to her followers in a shaky voice. "You all think you know me," she began. "But you don't. None of you know what I've been through, what I'm still going through. The lies, the betrayals, they're everywhere." She paused, took a sip from a mug that many believe wasn't just tea, and continued. "People around me, they want to break me, but I won't let them. I won't be silent anymore." The live quickly gained tens of thousands of viewers, with comments pouring in at lightning speed. Some begged her to log off and take care of herself. Others egged her on, desperate for more details about these so-called lies and betrayals. At one point, she leaned close to the camera and whispered, "If something happens to me, just know it wasn't an accident." Then she abruptly ended the stream, leaving her fans in shock. Insiders close to her family told reporters that behind the scenes, things were even more chaotic. Her mother allegedly called for an intervention, insisting that Liana needed professional help before things spiraled further. But Liana refused, accusing her own family of being part of the plot. One source revealed that during a tense family dinner, Liana slammed her phone on the table and screamed, "You're all watching me, every one of you. You think I don't notice the cameras the way you whisper when I leave the room?" The atmosphere was described as heartbreaking, with her younger cousin bursting into tears while the rest of the family sat in stunned silence. Of course, the tabloids devoured every detail, painting her as a star on the verge of collapse. Headlines screamed about her meltdown and bizarre behavior, while fans debated whether she was unraveling or uncovering something bigger than anyone realized. One particularly wild theory suggested she was trying to expose a hidden network in the industry, something involving contracts, manipulation, and silenced voices. Others dismissed it as nothing more than a desperate attempt to stay relevant in a world that constantly demands fresh drama. But the turning point came when Liana's best friend, Mia, broke her silence. In an exclusive interview with a gossip outlet, Mia admitted she was worried. "This isn't the Liana I know," she said softly. "She's always been dramatic, sure, but this feels different. She's not sleeping, she's barely eating, and she keeps talking about people spying on her. I've tried to help, but she pushes everyone away. I'm scared she's going to do something she can't take back." The interview spread like wildfire, adding more fuel to the fire. Fans who once dismissed the rumors now started to believe there might be a real crisis unfolding. And just when everyone thought it couldn't get worse, Liana returned to social media with another shocking outburst. In a series of midnight posts, she accused her ex-boyfriend of betraying her in ways the world will never understand. She claimed he had leaked private information, that he was working with them, and that he had always been jealous of her success. The posts were up for less than an hour before they were deleted. But not before thousands of fans captured screenshots that the drama had now spread beyond Liana's inner circle. Other celebrities began to comment, some offering support, others slyly suggesting she was exaggerating for attention. One singer tweeted, "Fame is a drug, and some people can't handle the side effects," which many interpreted as a direct jab at Liana. In response, her fans launched a campaign defending her, accusing the singer of being insensitive and cruel. And so the lines were drawn. On one side were those who believed Liana was genuinely in crisis, a star breaking down under the crushing weight of fame and betrayal. On the other were those who insisted this was just another elaborate stunt, a desperate grab for relevance in an industry that chews people up and spits them out. What no one realized, however, was that this was only the beginning. The Rooftop meltdown, the social media rants, the family confrontations, all of it was leading to something far more explosive. And within days, Liana would deliver a revelation so shocking it would split her fan base, fracture her family even further, and make headlines around the world. Within days of her Rooftop meltdown and her late-night social media tirades, The tension around Liana Lene reached a boiling point. Everyone, fans, family, friends, even casual observers, was waiting for the next move. She had hinted at some dark truth, teased that there were betrayals, lies, and secret plots against her. But nobody expected what came next. On a Sunday evening, just after sunset, Liana appeared live again. This time not from her bedroom floor, but from what looked like a dimly lit hotel room. The curtains were drawn tight, the lighting harsh and unflattering. Her hair was messy, her eyes red and swollen as though she hadn't slept in days. And her voice, strained but steady, made it clear she had something she needed the world to hear. "I wasn't going to do this," she began, taking a deep breath. "But they left me no choice. Everyone thinks I'm losing my mind. Everyone thinks I'm just being dramatic. But no, the truth is worse than any of you can imagine." For 45 minutes, Liana ranted live to tens of thousands of stunned viewers. She accused her management team of controlling her every move, of forcing her into contracts she never agreed to, of spying on her through hidden devices. She waved around what she claimed were documents proving her accusations, though the papers were blurry and unreadable to the audience. She slammed her ex again, insisting he had leaked her private messages. And she pointed fingers at her own family, saying they were paid off to keep her quiet. "You think my family loves me?" she shouted at one point, her voice trembling. "They don't love me. They love the money. They love the attention. They'd rather see me fall apart than risk losing their cut." The chat section of the live stream was pure chaos. Some begged her to get help. Others typed furiously, demanding she reveal the full documents. Conspiracy theorists jumped in immediately, declaring that Liana was exposing a massive cover-up in the entertainment industry. And when she finally broke down in sobs, whispering, "If I disappear, you'll know why," the internet erupted. By the next morning, major outlets had picked up the story. Entertainment blogs blasted headlines like "Liana Lene exposes shocking secrets," and "Is Liana in danger?" Her family was hounded by reporters outside their homes. Her mother issued a short, shaky statement begging for privacy. Her sister Amber posted an Instagram story with nothing but the words, "Pray for her." But the real drama unfolded when her ex-boyfriend, the one she had accused in her late-night posts, finally responded. In a slickly produced video posted to his YouTube channel, he denied every accusation and painted a very different picture. "Liana needs help," he said calmly. "She's not well. She's making things up, twisting stories. I never leaked anything. I never worked with anyone against her. I cared about her more than she ever admit. But she's spiraling, and I can't be part of it anymore." His video divided the internet even further. Some believed him, pointing out his calm demeanor compared to Liana's frantic rants. Others accused him of gaslighting her, manipulating the narrative to make her look unstable. Fans began digging through old photos, interviews, and tweets, desperate to find evidence that would prove one side right and the other wrong. And then came the twist no one saw coming. Mia, Liana's best friend, the one who had spoken out earlier saying she was worried, posted a cryptic tweet that sent shockwaves through the fan base. "Sometimes the truth is uglier than the lies," she wrote. No context, no explanation, just that dot instantly. Speculation exploded. Was Mia siding with Liana? Was she confirming the claims of betrayal and control? Or was she hinting at something even darker? Gossip channels dissected the tweet for hours. And within minutes, #UglierThanTheLies was trending worldwide, but behind the scenes, the family was reaching its breaking point. Sources close to them reported that Amber and their mother confronted Liana directly in a private meeting, begging her to step back from social media and check into a wellness retreat. Witnesses claimed the meeting quickly devolved into screaming. Liana accused her mother of selling her out years ago, shouting, "You made me sign those contracts when I was still a teenager. You knew what they were doing to me, and you let it happen." Her mother allegedly broke down in tears, insisting none of it was true. Amber tried to calm her down, but Liana turned on her too. "You've always been jealous of me," she cried. "You think I don't notice? Every time I succeed, you find a way to bring me down." Amber fired back, saying, "You're not the victim here, Liana. You're hurting everyone around you, and you don't even care." The argument grew so loud that neighbors reportedly heard it through the walls. Someone no one knows who recorded a snippet of the fight and leaked it online. In the audio clip, Liana can be heard sobbing, "You'll all regret this," before slamming a door. The leak went viral instantly, fueling even more debate about what was really going on behind closed doors. And if the family thought things couldn't get worse, they were wrong. Because days later, Liana shocked everyone by announcing she was releasing a Talal video titled "The Truth They Don't Want You to Know." She teased it on Instagram, posting a dramatic black and white photo of herself with the caption, "When the masks come off, the world will finally see." Fans lost their minds. Some were excited, desperate for answers. Others worried this would only push her further into chaos. Tabloids scrambled, with insiders speculating about what kind of truth she might reveal. Would she expose her ex, her management, her family? Or was this just another unstable episode in a string of erratic behavior? The premiere of the video was set for Friday night, and the buildup was nothing short of electric. Countdowns appeared on fan accounts, live watch parties were planned, and every gossip outlet prepared to dissect every frame. When the video finally dropped, it opened with eerie piano music and shots of Liana sitting in a dimly lit room. Staring directly into the camera, "They've taken everything from me," she began, her voice heavy with emotion. "My freedom, my relationships, my peace of mind. They want to control me, to silence me, but I won't be silent anymore." Over the course of an hour, she laid out a series of claims that shook the internet. She accused her management of forcing her into grueling schedules that left her physically and mentally drained. She alleged her ex had betrayed her by leaking private conversations to the press. And she accused her own family of turning a blind eye to her suffering in exchange for financial gain to back up her claims. She included blurred screenshots, snippets of contracts, and even grainy audio recordings of conversations that she claimed proved her story. The evidence was messy, hard to follow, and left many questions unanswered, but that didn't matter. The sheer drama of the video was enough to ignite a frenzy. Within hours, the video had millions of views. Fans were torn. Some fully believed her, declaring she was brave for speaking out. Others argued the so-called evidence was fabricated, the ramblings of someone who had lost touch with reality. Celebrities chimed in again, some offering support, others rolling their eyes. One actress posted, "I've worked in this industry for years. Contracts are tough, sure, but this is not how it works. She needs rest, not a camera." But the most shocking reaction came from Mia. Instead of defending her friend, she posted another cryptic message. "Some stories are only half true." The betrayal fans felt was palpable. Was Mia hinting that Liana had exaggerated? Or was she trying to protect herself from being dragged into the chaos? The fallout was immediate. Liana unfollowed Mia on all platforms, and within hours, fans noticed she had also unfollowed several family members. Her social media presence became darker, more erratic. And just when everyone thought she had revealed everything, she promised that the real bombshell hadn't even dropped yet. And so the stage was set. Liana had divided her fan base, enraged her family, alienated her best friend, and thrown accusations at her ex and her management. But what none of them knew was that her next revelation would not only escalate the drama, it would completely shatter the fragile world she had left. The morning after Liana's Talal video dropped, the internet was still in flames. Everyone had an opinion. Fans uploaded reaction videos, gossip channels dissected her every word. And conspiracy theorists worked overtime trying to decode the blurred documents and audio snippets she shared. The general consensus, whatever was going on with Liana, this wasn't just drama anymore, it was war. But what really sent shockwaves through her fan base wasn't the video itself. It was what she posted just a few hours later. A cryptic story with the words, "The real bombshell comes tomorrow." They can't stop me this time. She attached a short video clip of herself holding a sealed envelope, shaking it in front of the camera with a sly smile before abruptly cutting the video off. From that moment, speculation hit a fever pitch. What was in the envelope? Contracts? Letters? Proof of betrayal. Some even joked it was just her electricity bill. But deep down, everyone knew Liana was building up to something explosive. Her family reportedly went into panic mode. One insider revealed that her mother and sister tried to track her down that evening. Desperate to stop her from posting whatever was in that envelope, they were terrified, the source explained. They knew once she put that out there, there'd be no going back. But Liana wasn't answering her phone, and nobody seemed to know where she was. Fans spotted her later that night at a small diner on the outskirts of town. Blurry photos showed her sitting alone in a booth, scribbling notes on pieces of paper. One fan who dared approach her claimed she muttered, "Tomorrow, everything changes," before leaving abruptly, and then Friday came. Just after 9 p.m., Liana went live again. This time, her face was calmer, almost eerily so. She was sitting at a plain wooden desk, the envelope placed directly in front of her. She stared into the camera for what felt like an eternity before finally speaking. "You all wanted the truth," she said quietly. "Well, here it is." She tore the envelope open slowly, dramatically, pulling out a stack of papers. The camera never zoomed in close enough to show them clearly. But she claimed they were contracts she had been forced to sign when she was still a teenager. According to her, these documents tied her into unfair deals with her management, deals that gave them control over her finances, her schedule, and even her relationships. She accused them of threatening her if she ever spoke out. But that wasn't all. Her voice cracked as she revealed what she claimed was the deepest betrayal of all that her own sister Amber had known about. These contracts from the beginning. She stood by and watched it happen, Liana cried. She chose money and comfort over me. My own blood. My own family. The chat section of the live exploded. Some fans demanded she show the papers more clearly, while others flooded the comments with messages of support. Hashtags like #Justice for Leanna and #AmberBetrayal shot up the trending lists within minutes. And then came the most shocking twist of the night. Liana picked up her phone and, in front of thousands of live viewers, dialed Amber. After a tense few rings, Amber answered. "Liana, what are you doing?" Amber's voice was sharp, panicked. Telling the truth, Liana shot back, tears streaming down her face. "This isn't the way," Amber said, her voice breaking. "You're going to ruin yourself." "No," Liana snapped, her voice rising. "You ruined me. You knew, Amber? You knew what they were doing, and you let it happen." The audience was stunned. Thousands of viewers listened in silence as the sisters fought live on air. Amber pleaded with her to stop, saying she was not thinking straight. Liana accused her of being part of the machine. The call ended abruptly when Amber hung up, leaving Liana sobbing into the camera. By the end of the live stream, fans were completely divided. Some believed every word, convinced Liana had finally exposed the truth. Others were skeptical, saying the blurry documents and messy accusations didn't prove anything. But one thing was clear: Liana had declared war not just on her management, but on her own family. The fallout was immediate. Amber posted a statement on Instagram the next morning, visibly shaken. "I love my sister, but what she's saying isn't true. She's hurting and she needs help. Please don't believe everything you hear online." Her words only fueled the fire, with fans accusing her of gaslighting and betrayal. Meanwhile, Liana's mother reportedly stopped speaking to both daughters altogether. Friends close to the family described the situation as toxic beyond repair. Insiders claimed lawyers were now involved, as Liana's management team threatened legal action over her allegations. But Liana didn't back down. Instead, she doubled down, posting yet another cryptic message. "If they come for me, it only proves I'm right." The situation grew even darker when paparazzi caught her storming out of a restaurant days later, screaming at her ex-boyfriend in the parking lot. Witnesses described the scene as explosive. Liana allegedly shouted, "You think you can keep hiding? Everyone will know what you did," while throwing a drink in his direction. He reportedly yelled back, "You're destroying yourself, Liana," before storming off. The footage went viral within hours, sparking endless debates online. And yet, despite all this chaos, Liana's fan base only grew more obsessed. Her social media numbers skyrocketed, her live streams pulling in record-breaking views. People couldn't look away. She had become the center of the biggest entertainment scandal of the year, and no one wanted to miss a second of it. But behind the spectacle, there was something undeniably tragic. Those close to her insisted she wasn't sleeping, barely eating, and lashing out at anyone who tried to help. One insider described her state as a storm beautiful, terrifying, and completely out of control. The breaking point came when Mia, her once loyal best friend, re-entered the spotlight with a shocking revelation of her own. After weeks of cryptic tweets, she finally sat down for an interview and dropped a bombshell. "I love Liana, but she's not telling the whole story. She's leaving out the parts where she hurt people. She's leaving out the nights she scared us all with what she'd say and do. This isn't just about betrayal, this is about Liana refusing to face her own demons." Fans were floored. Some turned on Mia instantly, accusing her of betrayal. Others praised her bravery for speaking out. And Liana? She responded with fury. Within hours, she posted a tearful video calling Mia a snake and the biggest backstabber of them all. Do you think you can twist the narrative? She screamed into the camera, "No, I see you. I see what you're doing. You were never my friend. You were jealous from the beginning. You wanted my spotlight, and now you're using my pain to get it." The feud between Liana and Mia ignited a whole new firestorm. Fans took sides, creating hashtags like #TeamLeanna and #TeamMia. The internet became a battlefield, with people dragging up old videos, old photos, and old interviews to prove which side was telling the truth. And through it all, Liana promised her biggest revelation was still to come. "You think you've seen drama?" she said in a midnight post. Just wait. The real storm hasn't even hit yet. The world held its breath. If everything up until now was just the prelude, what could possibly be coming next? The countdown to Liana's promised real storm became an event in itself. Fans set alarms, gossip outlets ran live trackers, and the internet buzzed with theories. What could she possibly reveal that would be more explosive than accusing her own sister, battling her ex, and disowning her best friend? The air was thick with anticipation, and Liana seemed to revel in it. On the night of the reveal, she posted a single chilling sentence to her story: "Tonight, masks fall." The post was accompanied by a blurry black and white video of her standing alone in what looked like a parking garage. Her hair wild, her silhouette eerily still. It was enough to send fans into a frenzy. At 10 p.m. sharp, she went live. This time, the scene was darker than ever before. No glitzy setup, no dramatic piano music, just Liana sitting on the floor. The glow of the phone screen casting harsh shadows on her face. Her eyes were swollen from crying, her voice hoarse but determined. "They told me not to do this," she began. "They said if I opened my mouth, I'd lose everything. Well, guess what? I've already lost everything. So what do I have left to lose?" She held up a small black notebook, its pages crammed with handwritten notes, and claimed it contained years of secrets. "Dates, names, conversations," she whispered, flipping through the pages. "I wrote it all down. Every betrayal, every lie, every time they tried to break me." Then she dropped the first bombshell. She alleged that her management not only controlled her finances and career, but also staged relationships to keep her in the spotlight. "You think my love life was real?" she asked bitterly. "Half of it was scripted, contracts, deals, publicity stunts, and I went along with it because I thought that's what it meant to be successful. I thought it was normal, but it wasn't. it was manipulation. The chat section exploded. Fans typed furiously, demanding names, receipts, anything concrete. And then she gave them something bigger than anyone expected. She claimed her ex-boyfriend wasn't just a betrayer. He had been planted in her life by her management. "He was never with me for love," she cried, her hands shaking. "He was paid to keep tabs on me. Every kiss, every fight, every moment we weren't real. I was a project, a puppet." This revelation shattered the internet. Within minutes, her ex was trending worldwide, bombarded with accusations and hate. He responded almost instantly on Twitter, denying everything and calling Liana's claims delusional lies. But the damage was done. Her words had lit a fire no denial could put out. But Liana wasn't finished. Her voice dropped to a whisper as she turned her fury back on her family. She claimed her sister Amber had secretly met with her management behind her back, discussing ways to control the situation and keep Liana from going public. She accused her mother of signing off on shady deals when Liana was too young to understand. "They knew," she sobbed. "They all knew, and they let it happen. They let me be used, broken, drained, all for money. I thought family was supposed to protect you. I thought blood meant loyalty. But to them, loyalty meant silence. And I'm done being silent." The comments section turned into chaos, fans crying, shouting support, demanding Amber respond. Within an hour, Amber posted a shaky video of her own, visibly distraught. "I can't believe she's saying these things," she said through tears. "I never betrayed her. I tried to help her. I begged her to get help. This isn't my sister. This is someone else." The feud had now reached its ugliest point, tearing the family apart for the whole world to see. But then, just when everyone thought the storm had peaked, Liana delivered the final blow. She leaned into the camera, her voice steady despite the tears on her face. "There's one more thing," she said. "Something none of you know. Something I've kept hidden because I was scared. But not anymore." She paused, breathing heavily, her hand clutching the notebook. The silence stretched so long that thousands of viewers typed frantically, begging her to continue. "Finally," she whispered, "I'm not the only one. There are others, and they're too afraid to speak. But I'm speaking for them. I'm speaking for all of us." She didn't name names, but the implication was enough to send shockwaves through the industry. Fans and media immediately speculated about who the others might be. Other celebrities? Friends? Unknown victims? The possibilities were endless, and the mystery only deepened the chaos. As the live stream ended, Liana stared into the camera for a long, heavy moment before whispering, "You'll never silence me," and shutting it off, the internet exploded. Hashtags trended worldwide. Hashtag never be silent. Hashtag justice for Leanna. Hashtag the others. People debated endlessly. Was she a brave whistleblower or a star completely unraveling? Some claimed she was exposing systemic abuse in the industry, while others dismissed her as paranoid and unstable. Behind the scenes, the fallout was catastrophic. Her management announced they were cutting ties, filing lawsuits for defamation and breach of contract. Her sister reportedly stopped answering calls altogether, retreating from the public eye. Her mother was spotted leaving her home in tears, refusing to speak to reporters. Mia, meanwhile, posted a final cryptic message: "Truth and lies are both weapons. The question is, who's holding the knife?" The tweet went viral instantly, reigniting speculation that Mia knew more than she was saying. Paparazzi photos showed Liana wandering the streets late at night, clutching the same black notebook, muttering to herself as cameras flashed. Insiders described her as isolated, refusing to trust anyone, convinced she was being followed. Friends tried to step in, but Liana pushed them away, insisting they were part of it. And yet, despite the chaos, despite the tears, despite the family rifts and ruined friendships, Liana's fanbase only grew stronger. Some called her a warrior, others a prophet. She had become larger than life, a figure caught between tragedy and revolution. The drama culminated in a shocking public confrontation weeks later. At a charity gala, Liana and Amber crossed paths for the first time since the livestream wars. Eyewitnesses said the atmosphere turned icy the moment they spotted each other. Amber tried to walk away, but Liana approached, grabbing her arm. "Say it," she demanded loudly enough for everyone to hear. "Say you betrayed me." Amber pulled her arm free, her eyes filled with tears. "You're not well, Liana," she whispered, "and I can't do this anymore." Gasp as Liana screamed back, "You can't hide forever." Before being escorted out by security, the confrontation was caught on multiple cameras and leaked online within hours. The clip racked up millions of views, solidifying the feud as one of the most infamous celebrity family meltdowns in recent memory. In the days that followed, fans debated endlessly about who was telling the truth, who was lying, and whether Liana's cries for help were real or just another chapter in a saga of self-destruction. The industry braced itself, with insiders claiming more people might come forward in the wake of Liana's accusations, but one thing was undeniable. Whether she was a broken star spiraling into madness or a brave woman fighting against forces larger than herself, Liana Leni had become the center of a storm that no one could ignore. And as she posted one final message to her followers, the story isn't over, not even close. The world couldn't help but wonder what shocking twist was still waiting just around the corner, and that, viewers, brings us to the end of this unbelievable saga, at least for now. From rooftop meltdowns and explosive family feuds, to cryptic live streams and shocking accusations, Liana Leni has taken the world on a roller coaster of chaos that nobody saw coming. The tears, the screaming, the betrayals, every twist has left fans torn apart, unsure if they're witnessing a cry for help, a revolution, or the total unraveling of a star who once had it all. What makes this story even more haunting is how unresolved it all feels. Is Liana truly exposing something sinister lurking behind the bright lights of fame? Or has the crushing pressure of the spotlight finally broken her? Is her family guilty of betrayal? Or are they victims of her paranoia? And what about the so-called others she hinted at? Will they ever come forward? Or was it just another shocking claim meant to keep us guessing? Right now, the only certainty is that Liana has captured the world's attention, and the drama is far from over. Fans remain divided, emotions are still running high, and the family is left shattered in the wake of her revelations. But now we turn to you. What do you think is really happening behind the scenes? Is Liana a hero, a victim, or a star spiraling out of control? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, because this is one story where every opinion matters. And if you want to stay updated on every dramatic twist as it happens, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the notification bell so you never miss the next shocking update. Trust us, you won't want to look away, because when it comes to Liana Leni, the drama is only just beginning.